Today I'm going to show you how to embed a Google Map on your website without needing an API, which means you don't have to give Google credit card information or other type of payment information, or you don't have to get your client to give Google that information, anything like that. This is absolutely free. One way does require you to have a Google account, which is free as well. If you've got Gmail or anything like that from Google, you've already got an account, or if you have a YouTube account, you already have a Google account. The other way does not require you to have any Google account at all, but like I said, both of them are free. The difference between the two are um, one way is only going to allow you to pretty much show one location. In some cases, you can show multiple locations, but most of the time, for small businesses and things like that, you're only going to be able to show one location. The other way is going to allow you to show multiple locations on the map, and the other way is also going to allow you to make some customizations, I guess you would say, to the map. Both of these ways will allow you to change the height and width of the map. So if you want it to be full width map, you can display that full width on the website, which is what a lot of people like. Sometimes you might not want it full width, and you can go for that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the first method here. This is the method that only allows you to show one location in most cases, but it is the easiest method. Other methods not that hard, but let's go ahead and start with this one first. So it's going to involve Google Maps. If you want to go directly to Google Maps, you can just type in maps.google.com as you see here, or you can just go ahead and search for a location. And what I'm going to do is search. Let's search for barbecue in Houston, Texas. Barbecue in Houston. All right, so we see we got a lot of barbecue locations here. So let's jump over to maps. All right, so this step is where you could actually show multiple locations, but this would only work if you're trying to show, different places that sell barbecue and not a particular restaurant. So let's just pick out a particular restaurant here. Let's say we're doing a website for Corkscrew Barbecue. So in that search, you would have actually just typed in Corkscrew Barbecue. All right, so it brings us down here to Corkscrew Barbecue in Houston. Now, I'm not affiliated with this restaurant at all. I'm just using it for an example. So you can see here that it shows shows the location there, shows their website and such. But you're just trying to get a map on your website or your client's website. So this map looks pretty neat here. You can also switch over to the satellite view if you wish. That's all up to you. I usually like to use the satellite view on websites, just makes it a little more appealing. All depends on the look of your website. So what you're going to do to get the embed code to go ahead and put this on any website without needing an API key is you're going to tap these three menu bars, the little hamburger menu up here in the top left, and it's going to have that slide out menu there, and you're going to go ahead and select right down here where my mouse is, share or embed map. All right, so the first thing it's going to do is it's going to give you the link. You don't want the link, you want the map. You can use the link, but if you really want it on the map, on your website to look like a map. So this is going to pop up. This map is built for you, which basically means that this is what it's showing you. So if your address would happen to be on this map, or your home or anything like that, where it shows a little dot, that's not going to show up to your viewers. Basically, this is still what's going to show up to your viewers, but it's not going to have your face in the top right. It's going to have theirs if they happen to have a Google account, or it's just not going to have anything at all if they don't have a Google account, but it's still going to show them the map. Let's see here. And it's going to show this as well, so they'll be able to tap on get directions, they'll be able to tap to save it, or they'll be able to tap to view a larger map. They probably won't need to do that if you do full screen. You can actually select the size of the map if you want to go with Google's default map sizes. So you actually don't have to do anything. You can go ahead and grab whichever one pops up here. Grab the code here, copy HTML. See, I copied that. I'm going to go over here to my little test post. I have a test post ready. I'm using the Divi builder, but you can actually do this with just a standard standard post in WordPress, or anything that accepts HTML. So what I'm going to do, you can in Divi, you can do this in the code module or the text module. They do now, as you can see, they do have a map module, but that requires the API key, and what we're trying to do is not need the API key here. So I'm going to jump over just for this demonstration. I'm going to jump over here, and this is what basically everyone sees when they're on their WordPress site. But what you're going to need to do is, this is just for the demonstration. I'm going to type this in. So this is a barbecue map. And what I like to do, even though it's not required, but it helps if you have a whole bunch of text on the page, I like to just do a repeat of one character. You don't, obviously, I'm not going to have trouble finding where this code needs to go on here, because there's only a little bit of text. So barbecue map, I'm going to go ahead and go to the text editor, the text rather than the visual, that is, and I'm just going to highlight that, and then I'm going to paste. So that's the code that was copied over from the Google Maps. So if you see, it says width 600. So I'm going to go ahead and save this right now. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to preview this. It's going to take a second for the preview to load. So that's what the preview looks like. It's, you know, it's the same size map that we saw on the on Google Maps earlier. So let's go back up here. So you can see this is a test website basically. Go back over here and pop into the module settings. And this would just be, you know, if you're just using regular WordPress or an HTML site or anything else, it's the same thing. You just need to go into where you can view the HTML code on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to change this to 100%. See the width there? The width needs to change to 100%. You can also make the height different. You want to usually do the height in pixels though. So let's go ahead and save that again. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up and preview this again. So this is what it's going to look like when it's published though. But just for this demonstration, I'm going to show you with the preview. So see, now that 100%, since I typed in 100%, it's filling up the full width of the container that the map is in, rather than that little tiny container. So you know, if you had, say, a full width section, or if you put this on a page rather than a post, you know, if you didn't have a sidebar or anything like that, it would go ahead and make the map full width for your visitors. So you can, you know, once they get in here, they can, if you click on larger map, it's going to take them over to the Google map. Wait for Google to load up. Here, so it brings up that full map, everything, and they can actually, get directions if they want to. Or also, the nifty thing is they can get directions here. So if they tapped on get directions, it would show directions from wherever they were coming from. And if you're doing this for your own business or another business, a client or whatever, it also shows the reviews there, which is pretty nice. So, and it has that there. So that's one of the ways, and that basically only works if, well, your website, the business has to be on Google Maps, or also you can just punch in a generic address. Like if the business isn't yet on Google Maps, you can type their address in, and it'll actually still show this little flag here whatever address you typed in for the business. It just won't show the business name because this information is coming from Google, but it will show this little flag here, and they can still get directions and whatnot, and people can still zoom in and zoom out, things like that on the maps. So that's pretty neat, and that does not require an API key. So that's one way to do it, and that was for that barbecue place. So it went from that to this, and now here's another way. It's called Google My Maps. So Google My Maps is also by Google. I have it highlighted right here, the address, if you want to go there. It's www.google.com/mymaps, or you can just search for Google My Maps. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now I have some maps that I've already made in the past with this. So these are just a few maps I made. I made a map to some local flea markets. There was somebody wanted a list of garage sales that were going on a particular day. This is just a little test map. And then this is from a storm that happened a while back. It was showing the shelters that are available for people. And all this requires, like I said, is a Google account, a free Google account. And this is the one that allows you to place multiple locations on a map, and you can also customize things on the map as well. So I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing you do up here, this big red button. Most of the time when you get here, there'll be nothing here if it's a new account. So I'm going to tap create a new map. Alright, so it shows a completely blank map of the United States. If you're in another country, it's probably going to center over whatever country you're in. So you can go ahead and name the map. I'm going to name this map Barbecue in Houston. We're going to go ahead and keep with the same barbecue theme. Hope I'm not making people hungry, but whatever, it's just the first thing that popped in my mind. And I'm going to type in, this is a map of barbecue places. And these things actually aren't required. You probably do want to go ahead and title your map, though, because the map title does show to your visitors. I'm going to do the place from before Corkscrew Barbecue. Alright, so we got a cork. Let's see if there's another Corkscrew Barbecue location. No, it looks like that's the only one. What was that other one called? Barbecue Pit? Let's just go with this one. Barbecue Master Shop. It's also in Houston. I wanted to find something that's in the same city. Alright, so I didn't select Corkscrew. Sorry about that. Click the little plus button and it actually adds it to the map. I click that over here. Let's do that with Corkscrew. Remember to add it to the map this time so it doesn't disappear. So see how it brings up Corkscrew Barbecue over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click the add. It's going to add Corkscrew Barbecue to the map as well. Let's see how far apart these two places are. Houston is a pretty big city. Let's change this barbecue master. There it is. Brought it up down there. Barbecue Master Shop, Corkscrew Barbecue. There we are. So zoomed out. You might have, depending on how big the city is or how far apart the locations are, or if you're just using a single location, it won't matter. So here's our Barbecue Master Shop, and here's our Corkscrew Barbecue showing up here. So we have two places on the map. So one thing we'll want to do is go ahead and change the name to the layer, because your visitors are going to see that too. So let's go ahead and name that our Barbecue Shops. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with either of these businesses. They're just for examples. So that's the layer on the map. You can create multiple layers, but that's for a different video. You can see that add layer. All right, so this map looks kind of boring here. So let's change the base map. That's over here. Just like I did earlier, you can do the satellite view, which is the one a lot of people like, because it just helps to be able to visually see things instead of just lines and stuff like that. You can actually add lines and colors and things like that to maps as well, but let's go ahead and go on with the theme we're doing, is to show you where our barbecue businesses are. Alright, so see we still have Corkscrew Barbecue, and tap over here and we still have Barbecue Master Shop. So let's make those stand out a little bit more than just those little blue things. So we're gonna go ahead and down here, once we selected the business, we'll go ahead and tap on Style, or Select Style. And what you can do is you can change that general flag to a different color, or you can also see these icons here. You can even select more icons. And then from the selections up here, you have sports and recreation, places, transportation, crisis, weather, animals. Is that an alien in weather? Monster? Yeah, that's it. Nice, Google. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not in weather. That's in crisis. Aliens. All right. So we're gonna go back to places, and let's see which one's closest to barbecue. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time digging for that, but you can see there's a whole lot of different things you can select on here. That's not barbecue. It's titled fast food, but it's actually the one closest to just general food, because I don't see a link of barbecue in here, and like I said, I don't want to waste too much more time. So you can go ahead and tap on or select whichever one you want, or you can upload a custom icon. I'm not going to do that right now, but as you can see it, you can if you already have an image online somewhere, you can select from there. Webcam or whatever, even Google searches. But let's drop away from that. Let's just go back with the food. Okay. Still orange. Let's make that actually, that orange was pretty nice. Alright, so we have that one set up there, and we're gonna go ahead and tap on this one. Style again, which is a little paint bucket. Go orange, and these are it just goes ahead and brings up that icon we've used already. All right, so you can also edit. You can type in and save different things about it. If it's something, once again, that's already on the map, it's going to go ahead and bring up the information that Google has. But if it's a new business or a business that's not on the map yet, you can tap this edit and actually enter in whatever you want. You can add images or videos as well to the map, which is pretty neat. So that's all we need to do to prepare the map to be used on our website now. And some things you can do here. So new map, copy map, open map. You can move it to trash. You can embed this map on your site. One thing I like to do before I embed a map on a website is to set this default view. So what we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll line this up. Like if there's two businesses like this, two locations, I like to line it up where the two locations are in the center of the map. Let's see if I can zoom in a little more and still keep both of them. Yeah. Alright, so we have both of those still on the map, and so I'll go ahead and click these three dots up here, and I'll go ahead and set default view. So that sets up the default view of this map, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to show you this because when I first designed a map, I did this by accident. So you would think you could just tap or select embed on my site, but it comes up with this warning. It says this map's not public. Click the share button to allow for others to view. So you have to come over here and go ahead and select share. And once you select share, you can either give the let specific people view it, or you can make it. What you want to do if you're going to put it on a website usually is come over here to where it says who has access, select change, go ahead and select public. See, it shows it down here. Anyone can view it. You can change that to edit if you're brave. You can let viewers of the website edit the map, but usually you don't want to do that. Just leave it to view. Go ahead and select save there, and go ahead and select done. You're not going to want to use that share link. That link will just bring them to something that looks like this. We want to embed it on the site, so we're going to go ahead and tap this again. We're going to go and select that embed on my site like we did earlier. And as you can see here, it's similar code to what we saw on the Google Maps. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Okay, there. Alright, so we're back on our test WordPress post that had the other map embedded. We'll go ahead and use the same text module. Now once again, if you're using any other page builder, or if you're hand coding or whatever, you just go into wherever you can edit the HTML. So this, we're going to call this one Corkscrew Barbecue Map, just so we don't get confused there. It is going to show a little differently on the preview. This is not what it looks like on the page. And this is going to be two locations. Let's not have the shift down there. Do two locations map. I'm going to go ahead and do my G's there. Go back up to text editor here and come back down. We're going to paste this code right there, and you can see it shows the width as 640. So I'm going to show you what that looks like if you were to just go ahead and leave it like that. It's pretty much the same as if you were to leave the Google Maps as a standard size. see it ends up looking like that. So that's the 640 wide. So what you would usually want to do here is go ahead and just bring those pixels, bring the width to 100% again, rather than 640 pixels. So I'm going to come back down, scroll back down here, and let's remember that this was Google My Maps. And an easy way to tell the difference is, you see the embed code is google.com maps/d/u/0 rather than Google Maps embed. So this was the standard embed, and this is the Google My Maps here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that. I'm going to change that to 100%. I'll come back up here and preview it. So while it's loading up, this is what the page would look like, or this is what the map would look like. Of course, if, like I said earlier with the other map, if this were a say a full width section that I were embedding this in, this map would span the full width of the page here. Because this is a smaller section, it doesn't quite span the full width. But you can see here it shows that view that I was looking at. Your viewers can view a larger map. So it opens that up. Take a moment here. So now this is what your visitors would see if they open that map up. Except, of course, it would be their face in the top right, or nothing at all. Now, because I'm the admin or the editor of this map, I can edit it. They're not going to see this right here. They will be able to share it, though. So they could take this off. You know, they could click that and take that off the map. Tap the 3 dots and see map detail. They can copy it. They can zoom in. They can embed the map as well. So they could also embed this map if they wanted to, with the little 3 dots up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and close that map out. And we're back on the page that I embedded the map on. Another nifty thing here is they can tap on this, and it slides that out. They can select a shop. They could view it in Google Maps, and it'll go ahead and give them directions. But like I said, this is so the just to recap real quick, the standard Google Maps, search for your location. Go ahead and get that down. On standard Google Maps, if you only want to embed one location, search for location, tap the hamburger menu on the top left, tap on share or embed, select embed, copy the HTML, paste it in wherever your HTML goes, wherever you put your HTML on your particular website, and then change that width to 100%. If you want it to be 100%, change it to whatever percentage or pixels you want. Multiple locations. You're going to go to Google My Maps. You're going to add your locations, do your little whatever type of design you want. You're going to make sure you share it public, and then you're going to get the embed code, and then you're going to basically follow the same steps as you did with the Google My Maps. You're going to change that to 100% in the HTML, and you're going to come up with your maps. They can also tap on these here and it slides out. Shows information about those shops. So that was a video showing you how to embed Google Maps on your website without having to use an API key or give Google your or your client's payment information. Google started requiring payment information, so a lot of people are trying to get away from that, not using. I've seen questions about it online, people asking how to do this, or saying that their maps are showing errors and things like that now. So that's how to embed maps on your website without an API key. Hope this helped you out. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or any comments, anything that you saw that that you might do differently, you can go ahead and leave those in the comments as well. I do these videos from time to time, just showing how to do different things. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you would like. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helped people out.